All right, rolling up Superbikes. Number 9 is Scotty Moyer on Sloane Frost's spare bike. Number 11, Tony Rees. He smashed up a bike as well, went down in turn 1. He's got his old bike there, which is about a 2014 model, and already it looks like Tony Rees is out in the front. A lot of guys went down in this incident, but back onto the track, and it is Tony Rees, followed by another Honda there, Mitch Rees, around the outside. Is that Scotty Moyer there? Followed by, is that Scotty Moyer? I think Scotty Moyer. It's hard to see now because they've changed their colours. Superbike action. We've got 8 laps of action for the Superbikes here at Taupo Motorsport Park. They come out of turn 5 into turn 6 here, and somebody making a big move. Scotty Moyer making a move. Sloane Frost, I think, right round the outside, but gets pushed back into the inside there. In fact, I think Sloane, I think that Jay Lawrence is up into 6th place. As I say that, someone looks like they're coming through in the inside. It's about picking up the colours of the leathers. Now, Sloane and Jay both run, I think, Alpine Stars that are orange on one side and white on the other. They're about 6th and 7th at the moment by the look of it. As I say, I'm a little bit confused because Scotty Moyer is also on a spare bike from Sloane Frost, so the colours are a little bit hard to pick at the moment. But let's get on with the motorcycle racing here at Taupo. Don't forget Manfield, a day of racing, a day of practice, probably 2 days of practice as the Superbikes come into turn 13. Constantina up. There's a bit of a change of position. It's father and son out in the front. Father and son, they come on to the front straight. Now we'll get to pick them up. I can see Glenn Scatchell back in about 8th place. So it is Mitch Rees. And as I say that, Tony Rees gets put back into 3rd place by Scotty Moyer there. The local man had a lap record before here in Superbikes. We are in the Formula 1 class here, but Mitch Rees opens up. He's got about an 80-metre gap here at Taupo Motorsport Park. Scotty Moyer in 2nd spot there. And I think that might be Dan Metton there in 3rd spot. Dan, where is Tony Rees gone in that lot?
In fact, we were watching Tony there, Spider, and there's a bit of a challenge for him at this stage, so keen just to watch out what had happened, because I'd seen him fading back, so keen to watch out. I think he's... is that...
That's Tony there in the grass.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
That's Tony, sir.
He'd dropped right back. There was a problem here with the bike. When he went over the line, he peeled off around the outside. He would have lost 4 places going around that southern tip alone. Remembering all of a sudden this is a bike with little preparation, and I think he's just trying to circulate and get some time in at this stage, but it was to be. In fact, the son and father combination of Mitch and Tony as they went to the line with Scott Moyer, Dan Medham, Hayden Fitzgerald, Al Hugenbosom from Connor London, Sloane Frost in 8th place, unbelievable, with Jay Lawrence, Glenn Scatchell out there on the 47, that ZX10. What a beautiful bike that is. Well done to Team Webster Racing, and the rest will follow. But I tell you what, some drama out there at the moment with Tony and polite words circulating, but we'll get a better update this time. So here it is with Mighty Mitch. He's had 2 fabulous starts, made 2 mistakes in the last one to have ended up into 3rd place, put a smile on his face, but he's loving this new bike as the number 6 goes flying. So there we are out there. Scott Moyer moving into 2nd, Spider.
Man, Hayden Fitzgerald passed about 3 bikes coming onto those 13, 14. Hayden Fitzgerald, the best he's ever got in the Superbike Championship races. His Formula 1 was 3rd at Ruapuna, but last year he came out on a super stock, and I think he got about 5th at Hampton Downs. I thought, this is a new Hayden Fitzgerald. Had a year off when he was busy starting a family, young Liam and that, but now, mate, he is absolutely on fire on the 52 machine, lying in 3rd place at the moment. Mitch Rees is opening it up more and more. What's the lap record for Formula 1 here? Formula 1, 127.797, 128.602. That's expectable because the times are slowed down later in the day, but Mitch Rees, about 100 metres, 1.292 seconds coming across the start-finish line. I'd say that's opened up, but Moyer in 2nd. Hayden Fitzgerald, so it's Honda, Suzuki, and then back to a Yamaha, and then we got Dan Metton in 4th place. Alistair Hugenbosom was part of that big crash in turn 1. He's back out there. They've got a spare bike, Team M1 Motorsport. Not seeing Joss Mason at the track, but she has texted me today. Her and her boy Zach are watching and wish they were at the track, but they're here in spirit, and they're also watching via CTAS live, and you can watch that footage now, but you can watch it in about a day or two when Grant Collingwood loads that up online. So Mitch Rees comes into that flip-flop, 13 and 14, turn 13 and 14 here at Taupo Motorsport Park. Onto the front straight, Scotty Moyer's going to hunting, and still Fitzgerald there in 3rd place with Dan Metton hunting. In fact, that's Alistair Hugenbosom's gone up into 4th place as well, Neil Ritchie.
preparations just a couple of weeks ago, and here he is now to show us what he's like on the racetrack. And for me, it was just the way you could reflect his passion to have got on the new bike. He was the man that just sort of fitted like the hand in the glove on this fabulous new CBR 1000 RR Fireblade, and to look at the man and look at this machine and what he's doing with very little preparation. And a dirt rider, test rider, is in spectacular form at the moment. A reminder, of course, he is still as well got the CRF 450 in the shed at home, ready to go.
Oh, a big overshoot there for Al Hoogenboom. He has gone across the glass and slotted back into where he was, but that would have soiled some underwear somewhere along the line. But 52. Hayden Fitzgerald in third place. My eyes are all on this third, fourth, fifth and sixth, and Jay Lawrence is amongst that lot. I think no, it is Sloane Frost. So it was Mitch Rees, Scotty Moyer, then it's Hayden Fitzgerald, Alistair Hoogenboom, Daniel Metham and Sloane Frost in that pack. We go back to the next bunch and it is Connor London and Jay Lawrence. Connor London on the black 99 machine. Jay Lawrence of the Carl Cox Motorsport, number 37, TSS Red Baron, GSXR 1000. In next behind him is Glenn Scatchell, Livio Zampieri, Jamie Maindonald from the Hawke's Bay, Adam Chambers from the Hawke's Bay, Rob Whittle, David Sharp, Sam Sharp, and in last place, Tony Rees still circulating. Remember, his bike was smashed up before, got into the early front pack and that, but something happening there. I would suggest maybe it's some old tyres and that, and that have been sitting on the bike for a while, and he's just settling down into doing that and getting some miles. So one wonders whether his boy's going to lap him, but wow, Tony was so proud to see this moment up the front where his boy's properly leading a superbike race here, or Formula One race, sorry. Get confused doing two race meetings back to back sometimes.
Here we are looking at best lap time by Mitch Rees at a 128.6. I'll tell you what, for a man with such young experience in racetrack work, he really has set it. But check out Scott Moyer behind him. Scott looking to put the pressure on. He's out on the borrowed bike, problems with his own bike, so he's got the borrowed bike on board. Here he goes at the moment, trying to pull a wheelie going down the straight. And then that's facing the line, borrowed bike. He gets that for experience as he lays it on and really puts the pressure up there. Big shout out for Team Promoter and Super Dan George out here to put on the corporate boxing board. He's got that big on board. I hope you really respect what George has done here today. I think he's a fantastic gentleman. Look at the passion Dan George shows down there on the board. So much. There's not too many people who can get six for other riders like Tony Rees or Andrew Stroud get away from the man who's done. He's been here and done that great George. He's excited so much of him as he gets the pit board out. He's lined up and tell Scotty what he's got to do next. Not that probably Scotty needs too much of a reminder of it. So Mitch Rees, Scott Moyer, Hayden Fitzgerald, the young guns. This is maybe the turning of the tide. What about Al Hoogie in there? Problems in that last one, but he's back and better. So too for Dan Metham. And then go back to Sloane Frost, Connor London. Well done to Connor on that ZX10. This is great from Joe Lawrence and Glenn Scatchell. Talk about new names on the block, and what can Sloane Frost do from back there in sixth at the moment, really finding it a challenge. Hey, good enough times at 129.2, but I tell you what, it's so great competition from those around him at the moment, which is why he's struggling to improve on any place better. Give it a go, let's hear it, because the new best time on that last lap was Scotty Moyer's taken on the one from Tony Rees, sorry, my apologies, Mick Rees, and here we go now.
3 laps to go, still Mitch Rees. Scotty Moyer reels him in there, 0.33 of a second as he goes across the start-finish line. A 128.1 for Scotty Moyer, a 128.6 the last time around, although Mitch Rees was 0.1 of a second quicker. Big battle going on for the minor money. And Daniel Metham up on the inside of Hayden Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald tries to come back, but there wasn't enough track there. Alistair Hoogenboom on the M1 Motorsport Valvoline BMW there, and is being hunted down by Sloane Frost. Sloane in the bright orange leathers there. Sloane tries up on the inside, gets up on the inside and holds it. Man, there's 4 bikes there with a less than a bike length between each of the bikes. They open up going into turn 7 here at Taupo Motorsport Park for the Formula One race, brought to you by Suzuki New Zealand. It's tightening up out in the front too. There's probably 40 metres between Mitch Rees and Scotty Moyer. One wonders where Scotty Moyer is going to pump up on the inside or the outside and shove it up on brakes into Mitch Rees. Mind you, Mitch has got the ability now, I'm sure, to hold it out. Tony Rees has now gone from last place and getting a bit more confidence in that bike and having a bit of dice with the other guys right at the tail end of the field. It'll be good for them. They'll be able to see how a true superbike champion can pump a bike around here. The main bikes come down that long straight, a braking duel, but Mitch is just that little bit later on the brakes down that straight. Scotty Moyer is going to close in through this flip-flop. The other 4 bikes for 3rd position. The white flag is waiting, and so's Neil Ritchie to talk.
Spider will share the microphone because apparently we've been cutting out on another one. Our apologies for that, but a huge thanks to CTS Live for providing our set. Oh, there it is, the overshoot on the corner. Scotty Moyer on the inside. Scotty Moyer. Oh, but there's Mitch Rees coming back. Rees on the outside, but now for Scott Moyer. Scott to go to the lead with a lap to run for Taupo. And the cheers from the Suzuki team down on the pit wall telling the story of how well it's going to at the moment. And we've lost one out of that quartet. It's only a trio. We've lost Al Hugenbosom, so looking over there. Somebody's gone straight ahead back and over here on the turns 14 and 13 for that matter. So it's now a 3-horse race for that run for the third on the podium. But I tell you what, isn't this looking good here or what? Because Mitch Rees says, mate, you might have a few more years experience on me, but you're not going to get away from me. And just as we say that, look at him close the gap in that second place. So looking for the bike fight to come in on their tail. So what are we going to see for this last lap? Because Mitch Rees is saying, I'm going to throw everything back at you, Scott Moyer. So Scott Moyer and Mitch Rees going for it. Then Dan Medham, Hayden Fitzgerald and Sloane Frost. And it is Daniel Medham that's moved up to third. We could have Daniel onto the podium this time. Hayden, who was there, he's gone back one. Sloane, more importantly, has moved up the last 2 laps. He's moved up 2 placings. So for consistency, he is coming back. And Spider Staples, what a race. Are you going to take this one to the line? Who's going to take it?
Oh, Scotty Moyer down that long straight. Mitch Rees closes up under brakes. Scotty's been around long enough not to make mistakes, but it could happen. They're coming on to the front straight, maybe 4 bike lengths between them. It's going to be a drag between the Suzuki and the Honda. Wow, Scotty Moyer 2 out of 2. Exceptional on a borrowed bike as well. Looking out for third place. It's 34, Dan Medham. And then it is 52, Sloane Frost. Those leathers confused me. I'm looking at white leathers, but they're white on one side and orange on the other. So Sloane Frost takes 4th position. Hayden Fitzgerald on 52. Jay Lawrence on the TSS Red Baron machine on 37 takes 6th spot. Then Connor London. That's exceptional result for Connor London, battling it out with Glenn Scatchell, Livio Zamperi and Jamie Maindell. Looking out for Adam Chambers on the lone 64 machine, all racing by himself, got 2 bikes and there's a battle coming onto the front straight. Rob Woodham's got to take it, but I think it's between Tony Rees and David Sharp. Tony Rees racing his spare bike out here. Here comes David Sharp, and then in fact we've lost Tony Rees, have we, amongst that lot? We've lost Tony Rees, so out there on lap 7. Here comes Alistair Hugenbosom. He had some trouble earlier on. He went down that slip road and he's been back out, and he's now going back into pit lane. Or will he come across the start-finish line to take off last place? No, he knows he's out, unfortunately, but he is safe.